Spend your day with me, a freelance content manager living in Toronto, Ontario. I always start my day with a coffee run and then I get my workplace ready for the day. If it's really nice out, I break up my day, I take multiple breaks, and I go outside. I do that because my apartment tends to get pretty gloomy. We don't have too much natural light coming in. So I call myself a content manager, but I also do content strategy and I offer both strategy and ongoing content management for my clients. I'm best known for like my evergreen content framework and Pinterest work that I do with my clients ranging from bloggers, entrepreneurs, and D2C brands. Today, I'm actually working on my next digital product, updating website content for a client, and I'll be working on some blogs as well. So, I'll take you guys along for the ride and talk a little bit about my journey as well. It's not something I've done here before, I've talked about it in my blog or on Instagram, but here we go. So, in December 2017, I quit my 9 to 5 to do social media management full time. Before quitting my 9 to 5, I had tried different side hustles, which I'll get into a second, but I had tried a couple of things before, and I did also take clients on a part time basis before quitting my 9 to 5. So, my first online business idea was to offer French tutoring online, and I know that's really, really lucrative for some people. And given that French is my first language, I also speak English and Spanish, and I really do love languages. I thought this was the actual perfect fit for me. Let's just say that it did not take me long to learn that it's a very different thing to be passionate about learning languages and another one to be passionate and have the patience it takes to also teach languages. This was really clear to me because in the corporate world, I've always been in training roles and I love training and mentoring. So, this was a pretty clear sign to me that teaching languages was definitely not where it's at for me personally. Then it came time for my next idea, which was a Etsy store where I sold baby accessories, so mainly headbands and bloomers. I got that idea because I love sewing as a hobby. I tend to like fixing my own clothes if they're too big, if something's broken, making cushions around the house, and I was already making little accessories for my friends' kids and things like that, so that was a no-brainer. The only problem with that is I was still in my 9 to 5. The cost of purchasing quality fabric and accessories to make some of these things to sell on Etsy versus the amount of time as well I was putting into creating those items and being exhausted from my 9 to 5, still trying to figure out what was going to be my thing that allows me to quit my job. I was exhausted and I realized that although it's a personal not fashion, personal passion, it's not something I want to do on a full-time basis as a career. So then I started researching how I can take my experience with marketing, customer success, training, transfer those skills into something that I like. I started searching online about working remotely and all those things. And keep in mind, this was back in 2017, okay? And people were already talking about how social media management was saturated. And I'm here to tell you years later that if you were to start today, it is still a thing. You can still make an income. You can niche down to focus on specific platforms. You can niche down to focus on specific industries that you want to work with. It is not too saturated. But back to my research, I found different Facebook groups, online communities. I took some courses from the HubSpot Academy. And when I started to see, like, okay, this is something I could actually really do and see myself doing, I went all in learning different platforms. And I used myself at the very beginning as, my own test subject, creating social media account. I started posting, sharing tips online. I started creating before and after mock-up suggestions and things like that. If you're always hungry for learning and you love marketing, you can definitely take what you're doing now in your 9 to 5 or corporate world and take that into freelancing and working for yourself. It obviously wasn't without any ups and downs. There are still ups and downs, but I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I've pivoted when I needed, and I'm always looking for new opportunities to generate income online. I absolutely love what I do when it comes to marketing, and I don't know if I would ever stop, but guess what? As things change, technology gets introduced, I always learn, I always pivot to make sure that I keep myself in demand. And if you're new to working for yourself in the marketing world and you're wondering how to get freelance clients, my top advice would be to create your own online presence. You don't have to be everywhere, but you should definitely be visible on a select number of platforms. For example, I have my own website where I also get inbound leads because I blog quite a bit and I share those blog posts on Pinterest, on other social media platforms. I network on LinkedIn. Growing my list has also helped me. And this year I've made it a commitment to myself to be more active here on YouTube. The other thing I want to mention on the topic of finding clients is that you should test things out for yourself. Some of my biggest clients and long-term clients have come from platforms like Upwork, and I had a really sustainable long-term client from Craigslist when I just started. And yes, scams can happen, but they can happen anywhere. So just like they would be diligent before working with us, we do the same before we work with them. We do our own research. And remember that you can find something that works for you. For example, I'm terrified of going live. I haven't done it often, but I don't mind recording videos, whether it's me talking or voiceovers, and I love writing. So that consistency is what helps me stay visible on other platforms. You can also find clients in Facebook groups. I mean, there are so many ways. You can do cold outreach. Remember, it's not the what, but it's the how you do it. Whether you're interested in the topic of marketing, maybe digital products, freelancing, or remote work, please subscribe. And if you have any specific questions when it comes to Pinterest, content marketing, creating your digital products, or anything in between that you're curious about, please let me know in the comments. That would definitely help me inspire some future video ideas. But thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. À la prochaine!